I was interested in a problem with goggles from Liaoning Zhongqiao that never reached their destination, that never got here. And it's a story which I've only just picked up, but it is quite shocking because, of course, it all hinges on Matt Hancock and Matt Hancock's utter incompetence. We're coming up to the weekend, and I thought it would be quite nice to have a brief review of some of the important issues from the last year and before. Oh, there you are. You see, Frankie Howard's popped in, and before the prologue. What about the prologue? If you remember, in Up Pompeii, Lurchio was interrupted permanently whenever he attempted to deliver the prologue. Oh, madam, your gladiator's showing. And it's an innuendo-filled. No, please yourself. Innuendo-filled, festive tribute to Frankie Howard, which means, of course, what I'm really doing is looking at Matt Hancock. Oh, no, missus. Oh, Titty, you're not. And the problem with Matt Hancock, now gone, now immortalized on reality TV, is the stuff he left behind is still significant. His failure in the PPE procurement, stockpiling personal protective equipment, and the subsequent procurement of unusable and overpriced PPE. And this is particularly significant because his error is ongoing. His error continues. The home care policy, the error continues in the chaos left behind in the care homes. The difficulties that people have got managing these care homes that were so much a centre of the COVID disaster. The testing capacity fiasco, the contracting scandals, the public confusion on guidance, the nonsense about the eat out to help out from Sunak and Hunt, and the mismanagement of ventilator purchase. This long list of chaos. I think first, before we get completely serious, we should have a look at a video I made when Matt Hancock was at his height. And,
Nadine, you shouldn't worry about shared things. I share everything. I share my secret stationery cupboard with whoever happens to be coming. Oh, Gina, I said, have a look in there. Let's try and find an HB pencil together. Oh, Gina said, it's bigger on the inside. I said, they all say that. Oh, she laughed. We shared a cigarette. Then, when we woke up, I said, I put it on camera. We document everything. It's called reality TV for a reason. Ooh, yes, it is. So no correspondence is really secret, is it, Nadine? Ooh, it's all for the eyes of the praying public. Oh, down on your knees and pray. And they said to me, oh, they did. Oh, they did. They said to me, this can be the making of you, Matt. I said, oh, can it really? Oh, I'd love to be made. So I was. They'll be dying for you, they said. And they were. They were.
The waste of PPE and the mismanagement during COVID-19 was about a broader failure of government and of Hancock himself, with stark examples of incompetence, lack of oversight, but also this questionable procurement and the enriching of the already rich who just simply had the red flag to make money, to make a buck out of other people's misery. This use of the high-priority VIP lane, expedited contracts for firms like Liaoning Zhongqiao, despite the lack of vetting for quality and reliability in this channel, linked to political figures such as Michael Gove and Baroness Moon, I've forgotten how to pronounce her name, raises serious questions about cronyism and bypassing due diligence. With nearly £10 billion spent on defective or unusable PPE, including the £12.6 million goggle deal, the government scramble led to widespread inefficiency, and stockpiles of unusable equipment not only wasted taxpayer money, but also consumed valuable storage resources. The initial refusals to disclose details, citing commercial interests, highlight the culture of secrecy, and the Information Commissioner's intervention demonstrates an unwillingness across the system to be accountable to the public. But that's why these people were voted into power, to be accountable. And the Liaoning Zhongqiao deal about goggles, which never got to their intended destination, exemplifies dubious supplier credentials with mismatched addresses, China and a quaint Australian village, undermining trust in procurement processes. And reports of PPE auctions, items being written off or underscored by the widespread mismanagement overseen by people like Matt Hancock, who then can't remember details when they're questioned in an investigation, in an inquiry. These and the similar scandals such as the ventilator purchases, the self-assembly visors, all this paints a grim picture of decision-making under pressure which was utterly inadequate. Figures like Hancock and Michael Gove bear serious responsibility for the policies that expedited the poor quality deals. And what I find so extraordinary is Hancock becomes this figure of fun, and we poke our finger at him, and Michael Gove somehow walks free, and yet Michael Gove bears a similar responsibility for the chaos. Hancock's record, from care home policies to dubious PPE contracts, demonstrates consistent misjudgment. And it's but it seems to be spread through the system. And I'm not sure that the change in government has changed that mentality. And that's what worries me, that if we have another crisis, we will again have another situation where incompetence is dignified to a point of absurdity.